Okay. Oof. How's it going? Who's in the chat right now? Guess no one. Okay. So, guess I'll make the music a little less annoying on my end. And just start with the anime list. Okay, so to kind of set the scene for a little bit now, I've never had a my anime list in my life. As someone who grew up and was raised in not an English-speaking country, in Russia, I never had such things as anime lists or anything like that. It wasn't a thing, basically. It wasn't a popular service, let alone no one was using it. It was just some Russian-speaking anime forums and fan dub sites where you could rate anything that you watched. But so now I feel it's the time to finally make one. So without further ado, we had favorite category on VK. Yeah, I think we did. Wow, how did that happen? But I think it's not relevant right now. Okay, so I've set up. Sorry, give me a second. So I've set up the account beforehand, so that I wouldn't have to register or do anything like that on stream. And so let's just start in chronological order. So I started watching anime when I was right about 6 years old. 6 years old, if you really think about it. And the first anime I ever watched was actually a very surprising show that I wonder if any of you know it. It's called Last Exile. So this was basically my first show that I've watched as a child, and I knew that it was anime. It was basically the first ever show produced in Japan that I watched. One of my friends at the time, I guess, whose father worked at a video store or whatever, brought me the DVD for this series, fun dubbed, of course, pirated, but on DVD, and just gifted me for my birthday. So let's read the synopsis real quick. In the world of Prester, flight is the dominant mode of transportation, made possible by Claudia fluid, a liquidized form of the crystals that are produced on the planet. An organization known solely as the Guild has absolute authority over the skies, with a monopoly on the engines that make use of this fluid. Moreover, ecological disasters establish the warring countries of Anatare and Disith, the Guild also arbitrates in the disputes between the two. Caught in the middle of the conflict are sky carriers, piloting small two-person van ships that fly freely through the sky. Last Exile follows the adventures of two teenagers who dream of surpassing their parents, Klaus Valka, son of a famous vanship pilot, and Lavi Head, weird last name, Klaus' best friend and navigator. Their job as couriers entails passing through an air current called the Grand Stream that separates the hostile nations, which even standard airships struggle to survive. However, when they take on a high rated delivery to bring an orphan girl named Alvis Hamilton, to the battleship Sylvana, they get dragged into a much greater conflict that pits them against the might of the guild. So, at the time, the only thing that I knew about the show was that it was from Japan, basically, and never seeing anything like that before really fascinated me. And I wasn't paying attention to, anything like the story or whatever. But it really impressed me at the time, and I to this day remember some of the scenes in the show very vividly. Uh, Especially some of the later stuff that got really hyped. That I was really hyped about. So I guess we'll add it to completed. I guess that's how it works here. And it was very good. It was my first anime, and I still have a lot of um, nostalgia for it. I haven't really rewatched it since, but I do believe it's very good. So it's an 8, I guess. So another interesting stuff that I wanted to bring up is Bakugan. The first ever season that was, I believe in 2008. When normal people were watching Pokemon and Digimon and all that stuff, all those cool boy shows, I was watching Bakugan on Cartoon Network, I guess, or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. But basically, I was the weird one. I was watching Bakugan, and let me tell you, the early uh, the early seasons of Bakugan, the early episodes, were really hype. I still think so. Last Exile looks like an excellent anime to be introduced to the medium. Exactly. Uh, it was great. It was, you know, to a 6-year-old, it probably wasn't the best one to be introduced as the first anime. But um, it was so to the point, and everything was there was no time jumping, mutant ninja turtles, or whatever shit you can expect from any high concept show today, high concept sci-fi show. But this was to the point and entertaining, and so was Bakugan. um, let's add it to the list that I've completed it. I was returning home every day after school to watch Bakugan. I even had some of the little toys, and but I had no one to play with, so they became useless pretty quickly. Uh, And it's not the best show in the world, especially compared to Pokemon and Digimon, especially Digimon. But it was. I enjoyed it for what it was when I was like what 7 or 8. So I guess it's fine. Guess it's fine. Um, but um, that's that's when the real meat and potatoes begin. So when I was 14, um, I was introduced to anime properly. Like um, one of the one of the girls from my school that I used to hang out with um, told me, oh, she was a huge anime fan, huge, and so she was trying to kind of formally bring me into the fandom, and as a boy, like 12 years of age, you don't say that you like anime. You don't even know if you're watching any of it. I didn't know that Elastic Style and Bakuman were considered anime, and so it wasn't something that I was a part of at this point. But then she recommended me to have a try. Why don't you try watching Death Note? And so I watched it, and of course, it was it is a masterpiece. I believe it. Although no, it's just great because the second part, second part ruined everything. But not to the extent that I wouldn't enjoy. That would lessen my enjoyment of it. And that's also when I started to really get into it, to really get into the this whole anime thing. And that's when another friend of mine introduced me to Shaman King, which is my first, uh, if we're not counting Bakugan, or whatever. Uh, this is my first shonen. Um, this one, I don't think it was ever properly finished. It doesn't have a proper conclusion. At least anime doesn't have it. And so I think they're re-releasing the manga right now, trying to solve the problems that it had at the time. And so, um, being the first shonen that I watched in its entirety, watching it on Jetix or something, um, I really thought it was cool, and I still believe it's one of the best shonens that you can be introduced to at early stages, at least. So I'll be giving it a very good rating, and of course I've completed it. So yeah, that's also a tick. Um, and okay, I had two people who I suggested to watch Death Note. They watched it until that episode, said that the anime is great, and didn't even ever finish it. Had to think that such anime can be 10 out of 10. Yes, it cannot. It has many flaws, uh, especially uh, when you start to introducing the second half of the original run. It's not something that can be enjoyed by a normal human being. I don't think so, at least. So yeah, Death Note is kind of it's great, but not the best. And but at this point, I was really getting into the all this anime stuff. I was interested in what to watch next, and so I started asking my my friend at first, what should I watch now, and so on and so forth. Started to crawling around, looking at all these weird forums that we had back in the day. And so, the second anime that I watched consciously was Blue Exorcist. Um, I I think that everyone is pretty much familiar with the show, if you've been paying close attention to the shows that what was it like? Yeah, it was 2010s. Um, it was fine, I guess, but being like one of the first titles that I've watched consciously, just being introduced into the fandom, I think it was lacking compared to Death Note and whatchamacallit, and Shaman King. So I think that's when I kind of started to, trying to differentiate what I was watching, what I wasn't watching, because that's when I started to probably I tried to find similar series that to the things that I've already watched, and Blue Exorcist didn't really scratch that itch that I had after finishing the Shaman King, but I do believe that it's a very well produced show. I guess the story doesn't really make any sense in the end, so I think it's good. I think, and I've completed it, of course, but nothing outstanding. I guess, at least not to me. And boy, oh boy, uh, after trying to find something good to watch, after being a little disappointed in Blue Exorcist, I stumbled uh, upon a little show called Full Metal Alchemist. Um, at first, it was just Full Metal Alchemist, the original one. It was the first one that I watched. It's not. It wasn't Brotherhood. But I do think, and I think that people, consider Full Metal Alchemist to be a lesser show than a Brotherhood, the Brotherhood line. But I I can see I can see the point, but at the time I couldn't distinguish between the two. Really, I thought that Brotherhood was just kind of like a sequel or something, and I've watched them continuously, so it wasn't something that I was conscious of, that it was basically almost a different show in terms of story, I guess. So, and this is when I finally tasted the real good stuff, the real good stuff that everyone was talking about. Every time I went anywhere, anime related, I was seeing basically two fandoms at this point. It was Death Note and it was Full Metal Alchemist. But I still will say that Full Metal Alchemist will be 9, and Brotherhood, I do think, will be counted as a better one, a masterpiece, I would say. It did bring me to tears for the first time ever. Volume is a little bit low. Thank you for pointing that out. I will figure something out. Right now should be a little a little a little better. Also, I will do that from now on. So yeah. Okay. I really liked melancholic vibe 2003 FA had going. Brotherhood was too shonen for such story. Okay. Yeah, I completely agree with that point, actually. But I also do think that Brotherhood is a little better in terms of production and pacing. I do think so. Hi, Jeep. How are you? What's up? Excuse me. So moving on. Wanted to bring something. The show that you should be familiar with, even if you haven't watched it. But if you've been long enough around certain types of YouTubers at the time, or a certain type of fanatic girls, should I say, especially the yaoi scene, you should be familiar with Black Butler. Especially if you're a Sea Dog VA fan. Okay, what the hell? Which one is the one that I'm looking for? It's this one. Okay. Fun fact, Brotherhood fanboys periodically start witch hunt on the anime that comes close to rank 1 on Mal. Oh, that's an interesting fact. Yeah. Well, it's definitely interesting. Why would you do that? How can you have so much free time to go around hunting series that come close to your show? Okay, no matter. Black Butler. This one really had an effect on me, I guess. I still remember trying to watch it, desperately trying to watch it in like 360p on my dad's computer with lagging internet to basically get into this cool club of girls who were basically huge fan of the show, and they wouldn't talk to me unless I've watched Black Butler, because when you're a boy and you watch anime, you have no one to talk about it, to talk with it, about your passions, except for probably some yaoi craving girls. So it's fine because it ruined my life for a bit. It's a normal looking normal production show, whatever. But I had fun watching it, but the fact that the only reason that I had to watch it was to appease my anime fangirl overlords, so that I wouldn't be so lonely talking and had someone to talk to about anime. So yeah, that's a 6 for the reasons unrelated to the quality of the show. So, and this is when I this is when where my memory kind of betrays me, but I do remember some of the most influential shows that really shook me to my core. One of them being Gurren Lagann. Um, this um, this is in my view the best series ever created, uh, and no one even comes close to beating this masterpiece. This is the first show that I really felt that it spoke to me on some different level. Um, Also, it was the first time when I encountered such a unique and distinct art style. I guess it's not too. It kind of blends this Western idea of character design with Japanese, and it was also my first mecha show, I believe, and It is also the first show that made me really cry and empathize with pretty much all the characters. Um, so since then, I don't think that there is a single show that was able to surpass it, at least in my eyes. There are many that come close, but this is still the best, at least for me. And one other influential show that was really something, I think it was Angel Beats. Yes, that's the name of the show. And Beats. Angel Beats. For me, it was Bungo Stray Dogs that I fell in love with. Oh, yeah, Bungo Stray Dogs is a pretty good show. Although I haven't finished the second season yet, so I don't think that my opinion on that front really counts. But it is a very good show, no doubt. Um, it's probably one of the shows that I would recommend to a person who've never watched anime but and is interested in some of this. I wouldn't say gangster vibe because it's not really about it, but you know what I'm talking about. This posh looking dudes going around town, solving stuff, fighting other dudes. It's a pretty elegant looking show also. Um, but whatever. Right now we're talking about Angel Beats. And if you know nothing about Angel Beats, then just go and watch it. uh, because it's one of those shows you that you start watching and you don't expect much. It's a what is it? It's a romance rom-com show that you watch because you want to feel good inside. But then the show hits you with a lot of heavy emotional stuff, and you're just in another dimension, crying your eyes out, and that's what happened to me. If during the Gurren Lagann, I just cried a little bit. Angel Beats had me bowling on the floor lying in my own tears. So I think it's a great show that you know I wouldn't recommend it to everybody, but I do think that it deserves all types of attention. Uh, Hi Fad. Hi, how's it going? Are you enjoying your Friday? I sure am, because I have an anime list to fill up. So, um, I can't remember what else I've been watching at the time because because there are too many things that were on my radar during this period of time when I was just like what 13, 14. I never watched Angel Beats. You should. You should, but you will cry a lot. Uh, or or probably not. I don't know. This is good stuff. Um, so yeah. But enough with that. Let's move on to some trash. Um, so fairy tale. Fairy Tale, the original 2009 TV series. I've watched all of it, and you know, after watching it, I don't know what am I supposed to feel because I didn't feel anything. Um, and it's something that really bothers me to this day because I wasted so much time on this show and I feel empty inside. It's you know, whatever. It's not that bad. It's still enjoyable, at least to some degree. But even to my 13, 14-year-old brain, this show didn't really make much sense. So we're adding it to complete it. I think I don't know, man. I don't want to be too harsh because it's not very bad, but it is also below average, I believe. Um, we'll go with bad. Okay, it's a 4. It's a passing grade. It's a passing grade. You barely passed. You get your degree, but you know, go home and never show your face to me again. Uh, Fairy Tale can be entertaining. If you don't plan on watching if you don't plan on watching more than 30 episodes, uh, because then it's just this. It's I don't know, man. Something isn't right with this show. I can't put my finger on it, but for some reason, it's just not that enjoyable. Uh, Maybe something to do with the very tropey characters. Get drunk and watch it. It'll be an 11 out of 10. And in double speed. In double speed or triple speed, then it'd be truly hilarious. It's soulless. Yeah, I guess you can say that. And talking about shonen, um, I think I have this disdain for and discuss towards Fairy Tail because at the time I watched Bleach, which I thought was pretty good, at least to a certain point. So, um, you know, Bleach is one of these shows that gets really hyped a lot of times. It's constant hype. It generates excitement pretty well, but at certain point, you start to feel like the show is bullshitting you. Is bullshitting you hard. It's like after the Soul Society arc, every single power up that happens to Ichigo is just isn't worth it. It doesn't feel like he earned it. It's just all the same. I get powered up when I'm angry or when my friends are in danger or shit. But other than that, I do think that at least the first couple arcs, the very first arc, I can't remember for the life of me how it's called, and the Soul Society was really good, I think. So we'll put it. We'll give it a 7. We'll give it a 7. Because it is a very well made. It's a very well paced story, at least in many aspects. It's competent. And I still like it. Most of the arcs. But it isn't something that really became anything special to me. But the show that became special was Hunter x Hunter. The I guess the revision of the 2011. Okay. I have been trying to start Bleach, but every time something else distracted me. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Power creep is a thing that makes every other shonen much less enjoyable. True. Bleach far from my favorite, but had the best intro songs. That is also true. I still remember some of them, I guess. Shonen Goat. Well, and continuing this long shonen section. I think Hunter x Hunter is, like, hands down, one of the best ones. And I see that the consensus on that is pretty clear. It's not my favorite show, like, but I do think it's absolutely great. It it is a little, the first arcs aren't as exciting as the later ones, so it was kind of hard to get into it properly. But it's a great story that evolves in so many ways that, you know, it's never boring. Not the biggest fan of battle shonen animes, but this was good. Yes, I do think it's goated. I haven't watched the 1999 one, so I'll take your word on that. But I've watched this one, and I think it's pretty good. And since we on the topic of shonen, I say we just roll with it and continue rating all the shows that I've watched ever. So, let me think. Um, I don't want to include Naruto on my list because I haven't finished it, so I won't do that. And the next big shonen that I probably that the one of the only big shonens that I've watched at this point is My Hero Academia. My Hero. Yes. Pam pam pam. So, I believe it's the first season. The first season of My Hero Academia. I believe it's goated, completely goated. It's very good. I've watched it in just a single breath. Considering that at the time I was kind of feeling bored with the superhero theme or whatever setting. This one kind of rekindled my my interest in the setting. But after that, oh boy, the second season, I don't think it was that good. Actually, I don't think it was that good. I think it was perfectly fine, to be honest. But I just wasn't. I'm just not the fan of the of this tournament arc event that they had. Just not a fan of it. It's not the best. Not the best season, certainly. The third one. No, I don't want to see that. The third one, on the other hand, is pretty good, I think. I think it's the strongest season they've had so far, like ever. Um, you know, this is the time when Deku goes through basically his first growth spurt by fighting Muscleman or whatever his name was. And this whole arc with them on a trip felt exciting. It was a nice change of pace. There were genuine stakes. People were injured, and it was just the tension was there. The tension that you should have in your shonen battle anime was there, and I commend this season for bringing that to the table. So I think it was at least an 8. It was quite good. Same great start, but then the ball fell so hard that it even diminished my somewhat fond memories of the first season. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with most of the shonens, I believe. It's like you can't really put your trust on them because one arc can be really good, and then the next one can betray your expectations dramatically. I read the manga of My Hero. It's fine. My favorite thing about it is the female art. Author really knows how to make audience horny. Yes, I do believe it's true. Lemao man knows his female anatomy. Yeah. Not gonna lie, I was horny for for whatchamacallit, I forgot her name already. The Gravity Girl, or I constantly forgot her name. But if you know, you know. Oh, this one, season 4, not a fan. Straight up, not a fan. Up to this point, I was following the manga. Ochako. Yes. Thank you. So, up to this point, I was following the manga. So, I actually started reading the manga before the anime was even announced. So I was pretty hyped for it. But when I got to this point, to this whatever criminal syndicate, and this little girl, I don't care about her name. With the night eye and all that stuff. This is when the show lost me. The arc itself is fine, whatever. The big three talents of the academy are fine. They're good characters, and they had some amazing moments in this arc. But something felt off to me at this point. You know, I get it. It's whatever. I don't know. I can't even put my thoughts into why I felt like this is the season when the anime basically fell off. It's for some reason it just wasn't as exciting at this point. Give me a second. It's. I think this one is still good because the hype is there. Everything is still on point, but you know, I kind of wasn't feeling it at this point. So, season 4 was kind of mid, and mid of season 4 is even more mid. All we want to be cool like Shota or Bakugo, but deep inside we all Mineta. True. Truer words have never been spoken. Speaking of mid, Danon, what punishments do you think are inevitable? So, for those of you who don't know, who aren't in the loop, so I made this little video, basically challenging myself to recommend you 5 animes if they don't get a certain, you know, a certain score, I get punished. Whatever. So go watch it if you haven't, to get more context on what we're talking about right now. But anyways, I am afraid that Overlord will fail. I am genuinely afraid of that. I also think that I will probably have to make an hour-long video on why tsunderes are the best. And something tells me that Call of the Night might not be as well reviewed as I hope it will be. So yeah. It started good, then the season 4 it wasn't appealing anymore. Yeah, and congrats on your new vid. Hit 3K views. Yeah, thank you. It was an unexpected success. New Overlord episode was bad, not gonna lie. I actually don't think so. I think it was pretty good. The only thing that I'm worried about this point about Overlord is that it will run into the same problems that Slime Season 2 had. Like, it will be just constant talking. I mean, I get it, man. This is a pretty expansive world with a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. But man, you only have 13 episodes. You can figure stuff out. You can shorten some stuff. You can make things more exciting if you want to. You don't have to basically place these puppets around and have them talk for like half an episode. Have some exciting stuff happen. And I hope it will pick up some steam in the future episodes. So, yeah. I think that the punishment for dubbing a whole hentai episode will come true. And I'm dreading that hour. So that's to answer your question, folks. Okay, so second season 4. Nah, it's fine. It's not that good. Season 5. Okay. At this point, I don't even know what's happening anymore. I've watched it. I'm a diligent young boy who likes to finish the stuff that he does. So I've completed Boku no Hero Academia 5th season. But you know, it's a lot of stuff that just doesn't reach a resolution. At first, another bullshit tournament arc that no one was asking for. And after that, not much was going on either. So I don't think that season 5 was all that good. I think it was on par with season 4 in terms of hype and excitement, but you had to really sit through the first half of it to get to something at least distantly exciting. You know, they could skip the entire first half of the season and nothing would have changed. Nothing. It's fine, I guess. Still waiting for season 6, whatever it comes out this autumn, but I don't have any expectations for that at all. But I guess I'll add it to my watch list. Okay, I guess that's it for My Hero Academia. Oh, that was hard, man. That was hard. Tsunderes are the best Burstador, yeah. They rule. They do rule. I like politics. Attack on Titan season 4 did it well, but the new EP of Overlord felt really long. Yeah. That's the problem with the stories of Slime and Overlord. They do drag on for a little bit. And there's a lot of talking and there's a lot of exposition that you have to sit through if you want to enjoy the show. So sit tight and enjoy it. You know, whatever, man. I would like to get to the hype stop of the 4th season, but you know, apparently we have to wait for like episode 10 or whatever. Kind of like with season 3, it was mostly boring until the last episodes hit. Then it was pure hype, like non-stop. It was action-packed to the brim. I like the politics and nation building in Slime, but yeah, it can drag on. So, do you read light novels? Yes, I do. I do read quite a lot of light novels. At least I've began to read a lot recently. I kind of switched from anime to manga, webtoons, and light novels because it's less time consuming. But yeah, right now we're talking about just about anime. To wrap up kind of this long segment of shonen series that I've at least somewhat enjoyed, I'd like to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen and also Demon Slayer. Because with these ones, I kind of see a new trend popping up for shonen anime. And this is also the reason why I believe that My Hero Academia will fail off. Will fail off so hard that it's not even funny anymore. So with Jujutsu Kaisen and whatchamacallit, Demon Slayer, there's like a really strong trend for pushing for a darker story, kind of like what DC is doing right now. I don't know why, but in a sense, it does bring a lot of freshness to this. I would say a really stagnant genre, I believe, and I really enjoyed Jujutsu Kaisen. I even bought the first omnibus of official Russian release. That just started like what, a few months ago. Animation is truly top tier. Jujutsu Kaisen, I feel, is a little inferior from Demon Slayer, but it's still a very good show. It's definitely an enjoyable watch that everyone everyone should watch it. It's a good starter shonen if you're just getting into anime and if you want to see something contemporary, I guess. The same goes for Demon Slayer. Slayer, I guess. Demon Slayer is a series that didn't really resonate with me, but but the sheer visual fidelity of the show already brings it to the point that you must watch it no matter what you do. It's I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece. I wouldn't say it's great. I think it's very good for different reasons. Not only because it's a visually stunning show, but because it is also a very clever deconstruction of the shonen genre, basically. It's a deconstruction that still follows the general shonen tropes, but does it very, very well. And let me rate the sequel real quick. I feel like the movie is fine. No, it's just good. I guess it's whatever. At least compared to the second season. The second season that was just like what it's right there. 7 episodes long. I guess I think it's superior to the first season official and even the movie. The movie was fine. It was all right, but I think that some of these scenes that were new or created just for this serialization that came out like what, a few years after the original movie, I do think that this serialization really brings something new to the table, something exciting, and this is why I believe it's a better version of the same stuff, and it is also very well done. Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen have really good action and very entertaining, even though its story is overall shallow and linear. Not much subplots, but the fights are super entertaining. Yeah, that's basically battle shonen in its purest battle form. And yeah, My Hero, I could just take it too seriously. Trainer kind of felt pointless to me. I don't know if I'm interested in the story after that point. Art and animation is nice. Doesn't it feel better? It does get better after the movie, I guess. Yes, it does get better after the movie. But their animes are good. Wait, this is the movie musical. Yeah. I do agree that Demon Slayer, in its if you sublimate it to its basic components, is nothing special, but it is elevated by the masterclass that that the Ufotable bring to the table in in visual production, visual fidelity, and how they implement all this, and in compositing. There is no show that looks quite like it. At least if we're talking about shonen anime. But let's now for real. I just wanted to talk about one more shonen. I don't remember its name. Katekyo Hitman Reborn. Yes. That's this. I'm really mad about this one. I'm really mad because it feels like that it stopped at the most interesting part. I first watched it when I was like, what, 15, 16 or whatever. And I got really, really invested in this one. Like, really invested. And it still bothers me that they finished this anime on like the most interesting part. Maybe I just have to go and find the sacred continuations that weren't translated into Russian, I guess, maybe, but I think it was a great show, just purely on my basic, purely going off of my basic, how do you call it, nostalgia, from a nostalgia for the show, and I think it really is a great show, and everyone should watch it if you have the time to sit through like 200 episodes and then be disappointed because it stopped at the most interesting part. Like the guys are about to get a new power up, and then it's just, oh, I guess it's the last episode, Bucko. Go read manga. Wow, cool. Yeah, that was rough. Yeah, so I guess I'll be trying to find a good manga scanlation of this one. Now that I finally have some sources and competence in searching through English English sources, whatever I'm trying to say, I don't know. Yeah, because in Russian there's not much on the show other than anime. And I guess that wraps this segment of Shonen. Now, I want to talk about the elephant in the room that probably unites us all. Because the reason you've found about my channel is probably because you like Mushoku Tensei or something. Because that was the like the biggest video that I ever did at this point. So let's talk about Isekai. Let's talk about Isekai. Oh boy, let's go. SAO. Sword Art Online. what should I say about this one? You know, to give you some context, um, I really, I really, I really loved SAO. It was something that it was the show that I rewatched countless times, at least the first season, over over a number of years when I was like from whatever 13 to 16. I've rewatched Eincrad arc like too many times. I can't even remember how many. Oh, it was the first time you watched? Fad. That's well, my condolences, I guess. But you know, the first arc, Eincrad arc, is good. And there was no other show that gave me the same feeling of overcoming something greater that you are, or blah blah blah, in a tangible, like understandable setting of a of a video game, basically, that I could understand completely from the get go. So, I do believe that it is very good. At least the first arc is good. Maybe not the best. You know what? Nah, it's just good. It's just you're. No. I can't do that. It was then, and now I'm a changed man. I actually, to kind of sell you on the next video, I will talk about it. I will talk about SEO a little bit in the next video, and I will talk about my feelings about it and what it did for me in the video. So look forward to that. This Sunday it will be dropping, released on this platform known YouTube. So I encourage you to watch it when it goes live. SEO is like the My Hero of Isekai. Took itself too seriously. It's nice, but it's dragged on. True. Loved it in first time. What was the first Isekai for me? Yes. It was something sentimental value, but if I'm to be honest, first arc is 4 out of 10, and the second half is solid 2.5. Yes, but the sentimental value. You know, I cannot bring myself to rate the first arc of SAO any less than no, you know, it's fine. Any less than 6. 6 is where I draw the line. SEO, my boy Kirito, cannot go below the 6. This is the death line. But I don't see. Is it the first arc? I think it's the first 2 arcs. Sword Art Offline. What the hell is that? The fuck? What the hell is Sword Art Offline? Oh, whatever. What the hell was called? What was the second season called? I can't remember the name of the arc, because the second season is basically when I dropped the anime. I watched like three episodes of season 2, and I was like, nah, dude, this ain't it. This ain't the jam. You've changed. You fell off. I'm saying fell off too many times. But yeah. Yeah. What can you do? What the hell? Oh, it's still and why isn't it? Yeah, it's showing. Sword Art Online 2 Nah, it was like it had nah it the heck, man. It had it. I the game was called like Bullet Bullshit or something. I don't know. The second season was just Sword Art Online 2. What the fuck? Okay. Um. Fun gun game online. This this one um is complete garbage. It's it's very bad. Um. They've ruined they've ruined everything they had going for. Um. For whatever reason, they've decided that you know I can understand their reasoning behind like we did it once, let's do it again, but like in another setting and when no one is really in danger, at least at first. Let's mix things up. Oh, and there's like the the surface, the real world now, and there's some intrigue going on. Oh wow, how cool! Uh, let's move it to another game and make Kirito a trans woman, I guess. This doesn't work. Uh, at first time it worked because it was a fresh idea. Right now you're just trying to do the same thing once again in the basically the same setting by switching the focus from Kirito to this uh, lady. I forgot what her name was, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. SEO doesn't work on its own. It only works when there's high stakes from the get go, when there's feeling of isolation. It doesn't need to rely on any political intrigue or any corporate intrigue. It doesn't have to become this cyberpunk dystopia to be entertaining. It doesn't need that. It doesn't need such high concepts. Uh, it just had it just had to be. I don't know what it had, what it was supposed to be. They kind of shot themselves in the foot when the first season ended up in like what was it level 52, 53 of the tower, or whatever, something like that. Um, they should have they should have tried to do the same thing that the Tower of God is doing right now at the webtoon. Like they have this tower, they're going through it from bottom to the top, and you know it's a fun adventure. But they got rid of it completely. Only took him like what 26 episodes in the first season to botch this whole thing. Well, anyways, yeah, Sinon was her name. Yeah, Kirito got more girls than I got friends. sad, sad, but true, and also based. Um, okay, next isekai. Um, so I was trying. Did you watch Tower of God adaptation? No, I haven't. I only read the webtoon. The adaptation looked solid, at least in trailers, and I've heard that it is the best webtoon adaptation that Crunchyroll has at this point, because they did like three or something. Like they did Noblesse, they did Tower of God, and they did God of High School. So I've heard that the Tower of God adaptation was like the best one of the three. And reading through all of these webtoons separately on my own, I can also testify that Tower of God is probably the strongest webtoon and the story in general out of three of them. It's one of the better fusion stories, in my opinion, and it has its flaws, and it drags on. It drags on after a while. Like season 3 of the webtoon is really slow. There's a lot of action. But it's full of cliffhangers, and there's not much progression. So if you want to start reading the webtoon, this is probably the best time, because season 3 is kind of, it kind of reaching a certain point when it's interesting again. So that's a nice thing to read, I guess. For a blank sheet of paper, that's impressive. Yeah, true. It's 7 out of 10, but OST by Kevin Penkin made it 9 out of 10. Webtoon is better, but adaptation did do its justice. Yeah. Haven't watched the adaptation though, so sorry. Webtoon itself is goated. Really, I do think so. And while we're still on the topic of isekai, let's quickly go through the obvious ones. Overlord, season 1, the strongest one in the entire in the entire series, I guess. At least for now. Second season, not a fan, although it's not as. You know what? I am not a fan of Volume 4 and the first four series of the season. The Lizardman arc is just not compelling at all. But the Man of the Kingdom are great. It's like one of my favorite arcs at this point. So I do think, but that it deserves at least a 7. Not a big fan of Lizardman. Call me racist, call me whatever. Not a big fan of Lizardman. And season 3, you know what? 9, just because of the opening. I'm a big fan of the opening. This but really, the opening kind of sold me on this one. The opening for season 3 is so hype and so bone chilling that you just can't hate on it anymore. Although, again, I think it will be the same problem with season 4. The first half of it really drags on for quite a time, and everything great basically happens only at the 9, 10, 11 episode mark. This is where all the hype is. But I do believe that this is the most impactful season up to this at this point, because of how was the story developed during the early and later half of the season. So this is probably the most important season so far, aside from season 1, who established everything. Albedo out of 10. All the OPs are awesome. My favorite is actually season 2. Yeah, but I get what you're coming from, but I'm a big sucker for amazing female vocals. So that kind of what skews my judgment at this point. Uh, Now, slime. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Um, you know what? Season 1 is good. Uh, I I would even say very good because it's one of those wholesome, cozy animes that you watch and you forget all about your problems. You just want to hang out with friends. You want to become a better person or whatever. You just you just have a fun time watching it. And also the nation building aspects of slime really welcome this one, because it is something that I felt was lacking in the first seasons of Overlord. There's a lot of that in the light novels and all this stuff, but but slime just gets to the point right away. So it's kind of like playing Civ with a bunch of races, demons or whatever, and it's really enjoyable. It's really enjoyable. Yeah. So I think it's very good. Second season though, uh, mm, not a big fan of this one. You know, uh, season 2, to me at least, is just filler. There are like there are like two arcs that are actually enjoyable, like the invasion arc, or whatever it's called officially. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass, just naming them how it's in my head. Like the invasion arc, where when the humans actually come to the scene and try to wreak havoc, and that's all good. That's good. That's good stuff. And then at the end of the season, this whole whatchamacallit, this whole Demons of the Round Table sequence, this was really enjoyable. But my brother in Christ, you have 12 episodes to work with. Like, you have 12 episodes, and in the first part, and it's mostly filler. It's mostly filler that you have to sit through to finally get the good part. Like, there's so much static talking heads in both the first half of the second season and the second half of the second season, and it's actually mind-boggling. I don't understand who approved of this. So the second season, the first part, I think is fine. I think it's fine, and you know, nothing against the show. The second one is the second part of the season 2 is definitely better because it just has some tangible effects on the story. Because my problem with part 1 of season 2 is that it's just a circular narrative. We have this status quo that we try to protect. Okay, cool. Then someone basically kills a bunch of people, and the city is in shambles. Children are crying, wives are protesting, truckers are just sitting there doing nothing. And then at the end of it, Rimuru just does fuck all y'all, I'm gonna kill all of you now and become the demon lord officially, and just negate everything that you ever did to us. So basically, nothing happened. Nothing happened in this part, in this first part of this story. Nothing. It, Rimuru could have just, you know. I'm so disappointed in this one, to be perfectly honest with you. It boggles my mind how they thought it was a good idea, how the author thought it was a good idea. I know you want your happy ending or whatever, but it doesn't. It's not how you write good stories. Yeah, I do believe that season 2 is like stonks down, stonks up. Its name was so long and weird that I didn't wanted to watch it, but eventually did. Yeah, that's a good point. With that time I was reincarnated as a slime. Actually, I didn't want to watch it because of how bullshitly long its name was. But it's a good watch overall. Um, do you guys never end up watching anime that people recommend, but then say that season 2 is meh, or is it just me? Um, I used to do that a lot. Animus Fox. I don't trust the taste of my friends, so I don't watch the recommendations. I trust the recommendations of strangers on the internet like Dan and Mac. Well, I basically have a master's degree, so all my points are valid now. Off to get my PhD for like $2,000, which I don't have. So, you know, sooner or later, my tags will be even more valid. Okay, let's continue with the obvious ones for isekais. ReZero. Wait, wait, hold up. Is it the first one? Yeah. Too much power fantasy for me. Are you talking about the slime isekai? There, Hochi. Bro pulled out his degree to prove he's right. Or the chat. Yeah, I am right. What you gonna do about it? ReZero is fine. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, guys. Bear with me for a second. I have to do something real quick. I'll be back in like 1 minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Okay, boys, we're back. Wasn't long at all. Okay. ReZero. Let me find my mouse real quick. Okay, ReZero. Um, you know what? First season didn't really vibe with it. To me, Subaru is just such an insufferable prick, and I can't fucking stand him. I cannot physically bring myself to say that Subaru is a good character. Like, there's no way. But I also have to say that the first season of ReZero is probably one of the most enjoyable roller coasters that I've ever been to. I will say that it's objectively very good. Objectively. Subjectively, I would have given this show 4 out of 10 just because I can't fucking stand Subaru. He's so annoying, childish, and doesn't really change much during the course of the story, at least in this first season, that it made it really hard to root for him. Like, it was really hard. And I don't know if I even want to read the light novel because um just it's a kind of story that works well in anime form. It's basically a detective mystery, basically, and it works well in animation and in live format. So I don't think that there's much more to explore in the light novel. So probably, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You can correct me and say that light novels actually bring a lot of new stuff to the table. But um, you know, not gonna read it probably. But the second season of ReZero, I think is goated. I think it's great. Um, the 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 amount of development that Subaru and Emilia go through during this during uh during this season is actually great. I It's not a complete 180 for me. I cannot stand Subaru for the life of me. But I will admit that this is probably one of the best parts of the story. The second part is just very good. I think the first part of season 2 is a little bit better. It's just my taste. Some of the events of the second half just felt kind of forced to me. So, you know, this is why I don't think it's as good as the first half of season 2. So you have to just, you know, bear with me then. And so Subaru is dumb and I hated him, but in after that arc he became a bit better. It's all about a bitter start in it, but as I continued, it grew on me. Currently reading. I like Prince Joffrey from Game of Thrones more than Subaru. Okay, that's how much I hate him. He at least died for good. Good point. I like it more in light novels because there is more details and more mysterious and suspenseful. I'll trust you on this one. I guess. Still probably not gonna read them though. But hey, maybe. So, do we get to the good shit or just stay 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 in the bottomless pit that is the current state of isekai? Let's talk some trash for a minute there. So, Rhapsody. What was its name? Death March. Yeah, Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. So I had the displeasure to watch this one. Um, this is probably one of the most atrocious isekais that I've ever watched. Like this one has all the fucking cliches that you always talk about when isekai is brought up to the table. This one, uh, this one is, I don't know who would watch it and enjoy it. I mean, this one is basically about a programmer who overworked himself to death and got transformed into the game that he was working on. And because he programmed the game for the newcomers to get a lot of bullshit items in the beginning to make the life for the beginners easier, he annihilated a few thousands of monsters and became overpowered from the get-go. And then he saves a bunch of slaves. He gets a few new girls. There's like a bunch of lollies, almost exclusively lolly girls, and these two poor fellas. What the hell is that? Okay, so like these two are the worst offenders of this entire series. These two fuckers, I fucking hate them. I hate them with the burning passion of 1,000 suns. I cannot stand these two for the life of me. Not only because they are beast people lollies, children who have genuine sexual affection for the main character, but they are also fucking annoying. They speak in these overly high pitched voices, and wolf and meow and nyang and whatever. I fucking I hate this show so much. I don't know why I completed it. I completed it because I had nothing to watch, I guess. Rajib, gonna get some sleep, so catch you later, man. Bye. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta sleep. Gotta get those dreams going and getting stronger after you wake up. So yeah, goodbye, man. Was happy to see you here in the chat. Was nice talking to you, and yeah, see you next time. I hope to see I hope for you to catch the Sunday video as well. Thank you for being part of the stream. What can I say about this one? This one is horrible. Yeah. So this is basically what this whole rant was about. Bum 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 bum. I thought that isekai protags looking like SEO lead as is a meme, but my own character of Death March literally the same model. Yes, yes, that's the confusing part. That's the horrible part. Like, there's nothing new that is brought to the table with these kind of shows. Okay. Um. But let me show an example of an actually my isekai that I enjoyed. It's going like I'm standing on a million lives or whatever. Yes. So I'm standing on a million lives. This is a very interesting one. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it is. It is made well enough to be enjoyable, and this one actually works as a concept. It's not completely an isekai. What I'm trying to say. This is the show where the main character gets assigned missions in another world, and so he can die. He dies constantly. He and his party members constantly die. They are all isekai into this new world from time to time to clear a certain mission, and then they are brought back to the real world to find a new party member for them to help on the next adventure. This is not the best, certainly, but it is also not the worst. I enjoyed it one quite a bit. It had some seriously good character moments. I believe it's a pretty above average isekai, uh, which has this unique aspect of being constantly shifting between the two worlds. And I think I don't have much to say about the season 2. It's basically the same stuff all over again, but a little better this time. So it's good. I believe. It is a little more hype, a little more action is going on, and the world opens up in the second season a little bit more. So it is. I believe it's more enjoyable the second season. So if you like isekai, if you not if you just like Mushoku Tensei, ReZero, and Overlord, if you enjoy isekai in general as a genre, you should probably watch this one. Because it's quite an enjoyable show, and you probably will not regret watching it. But for now, at least, I think we've sufficiently explored most of the isekais that I've watched, because I believe there's many more that I don't remember at the moment, and it's time for the big boy, Mushoku Tensei. So, the first part, okay, the first part of Mushoku Tensei, I believe, is one of the best things that I've ever watched in my entire life. So I've talked about it in my videos that I've dedicated to this very show, which which should also should already indicate why I believe that it's so good. But Mushoku Tensei isn't just a story for me. This is a story that inspired me to do so many things and brought me back into the anime. Like, I've stopped watching anime at some point. I was no longer enjoying it whatsoever. I was just going on with the flow, kind of following the community and whatever. But then this one hit, and I was just absolutely mesmerized by the world, by the music, by the production quality, by the attention to details, and the so intrinsically human storytelling with its approach to character design, with its approach to character interactions, and how the story itself was structured. So I believe that the both parts of the first season of Mushoku Tensei um, is it's straight up a masterpiece, at least in my eyes. Some people might disagree with me, and they will certainly disagree with me. I've seen many React channels drop this one at like episode 6 or episode 8. Quite a notorious episode, I believe. It's you know, should have some stomach to watch this one. But this really bothers me because there's so much more to this show than that horny boy looking at girls and doing magic. No, there's so much more to the character of Rudeus and so much more to the story of Mushoku Tensei, and to the world and to the relationship between all the characters. That it really bothers me. It really and side story sides. How could I forget about the side story? So no, hold up. Ares the Goblin Slayer. Yeah. This is just a good time. But I don't think this that the Eris spin-off was executed as well. It's gorgeous. Don't get it's gorgeous, but and I think they should have included some more of the meat of the some more meat on how do you call this man? Oh, dude, I forgot his name. Like the mage boy who is with her at this time. Clive? No, not Clive. I don't remember. No matter. I think the basic thing I think they could have done a little bit more with introducing his character. Okay, and I will add season 2 real quick. I can already rate it. This is fucking stupid. I do believe that it will be a masterpiece, but I don't think I should, should be able to rate the upcoming anime. Anyways, I think that so far we've done a lot to cover some ground. So let's just watch from the eagle's eye to everything that we've been discussing so far. So how the fuck is that ranked? How the fuck is that sorted? I guess by the alphabet. Okay. No matter. So yeah. I'm standing on 1,000,000 live 6, 7 Angel Beats. You should watch it. It's a solid 9. There's no reason not to watch it if you like romance. I know Exorcist 7. Bakugan. I was a weird kid. Alright. But the show was fun. Press on score. Thank you. That's by the way, let me just read a couple of messages that I've missed. Oh, by the way, hello, Paul Mustan. How are you doing? Uh, I think it's kind of exhausting to watch too much of the same genre. Yep, true. But I really, at some point, I had this isekai phase, I guess, in me uh, for a time. I guess you can call me an isekai trash man at this point. One of the Giguk subordinates. um, there's there is add to favorite button below the poster. You need to press on it. Ryu's character development was done wonderfully. It can be hard to recommend this. I don't know what the fuck you redacted, but well, it sucks. I rewatched MT with GF when I recommended it to her. It was really hard during first episode, but it was worth it. That's actually this is the first. I guess it's the first anime that I've watched with my girlfriend, and she actually enjoyed it. And she constantly asks me now, when is the season 2 coming out? Never happened before. I was the weird one for watching anime in our relationship, in our household, and now she just wants. The only thing she wants to know now is when is the Mushoku Tensei season 2 coming out? Bro, this looks sus. Yeah, this is the first reaction. By the way, who's best girl according to y'all? Dude, Sylphie, easily Sylphie. I guess we'll get to it when we'll get to it, but some of the one of the future Mushoku videos is about the waifu wars, and just between the like 9 of us. Don't tell to anyone. Yeah, Ares top tier. Ares is top tier, at least in anime. Also, since I missed ReZero discussion, it's also a masterpiece, my all-time favorite, which I get is not for everyone, but yeah. I'm doing well, just came back home from dinner with my mom. That's good to hear, Palmastan. I wish I could have seen my parents a little more often, but oh well, it's not something that is possible for me at the moment. Well, basically, the rating goes as follow. Not in any particular order, except for the score. It's in alphabetical order, I guess. Tengen Toppa, Gurren Lagann, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Mushoku Tensei, and they share the same score of 10. Full Metal Alchemist, what was it, like 2009 or I forget what year it was, like the original one. It's a 9, as well as Death Note, Katekyo Hitman Reborn, Angel Beats, Hunter's Hunter, Overlord Season 1 and Season 3, as well as ReZero, second season, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Mushoku Tensei Special, and that's it for 9s. Last Exile, Shaman King, ReZero, first season, the first and third seasons of Boku no Hero Academia, as well as the first season for Slime, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Jujutsu Kaisen, and the second part of season 2 of ReZero. They all get an 8. For all of you ReZero fans, the only thing that I have against the show is that Subaru is a fucking prick, and I can't stand him on an emotional level. And that's why season 2 is the first part of season 2 is kind of rated higher than season 1, because he goes through some development which makes it a lot more palpable, at least for me. So and now we have that just a slew of different stuff, like Bleach 7, Blue Exorcist 7, second part of Overlord 7. The movie for Kimetsu no Yaiba was all right, I guess. 7. The second part of second season of Slime should have been a 6, but you know, it's all right. Will be a 7. Second season of I'm Standing on a Million Lives, also 7. And then we have all these sixes: Bakugan, Black Butler, Sword Art Online, Boku no Hero Academia second, fourth season. The first part of the second season of Slime Isekai is it's just talking heads. 6. Why the fuck is I'm Standing on a Million Lives here again? Okay, whatever. And Boku no Hero Academia 5th season is also here. Fairy Tail 4. Sword Art Online 2. It's 3. Death March, like the Rhapsody of the New Fucking World over there. It's atrocious. Hate this show. Don't even try watching it unless you're a masochist. This is not worth your time. So I guess I mean, if you love underage beast girls being sexually attracted to the main character, then you can watch it, but nah, not on my watch. Ooh, I hope they are safe, man. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I mean, they should be. They should be, but it's kind of, you know, it's not as easy to figure stuff out. I think MT is only controversial in the most liberal countries. I recommended it to my Korean GF, and she and her sister loved it. Didn't find anything weird about it. I'm more of a MILF man myself, so I'm a pass. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Okay, so boom. Being lost in thought is not a good thing right now, because I don't know what the fuck should I even rate at this point. Oh, yeah, let's just go through some of this shit. Okay, Iruma-kun. One of the best fucking sitcoms I've ever seen. Very good. And the second season is even better. I believe that this is one of the most 90s show that is also somehow hilarious. So let's just say that the second season is fucking great. It's goated. The show is goated. And manga is... Actually, you shouldn't bother. You shouldn't bother. Because... manga is the same. There's not much else to the... If you're impatient, you can read it. But... the visual style of the anime actually makes it a lot better, I believe. The stiffness that is inherited to this show is somehow it somehow works. It somehow works with the show so well that it's just great. What can I say? You can select from top anime, my man. Say no more. Kaguya-sama. Kaguya-sama. Is it the third season that this one is referring to? I guess it is. I haven't watched the first season yet. So, let me just say. Okay, the first. Let's start with the first one. Um, I really like Kaguya-sama, especially in English dub. It's fucking hilarious. Uh, it's one of the most well done romantic comedies, I believe, because it nails the comedy part. And that's why I think that it's not great, but it's very good. Because it does feel a little chaotic. It does feel a little chaotic, which I don't really want in my um romance show. I want it to be a little more consistent with the storyline, and they kind of tried to do it, but you know, the second season I feel is much stronger in this regard. It's it's really good. Um, no, don't worry, it will go down in a few days when FMA fans downvote it. Oh, yeah, what am I even doing at this point? But anyways, I think that yeah, ultra romantic. To my shame, I haven't finished the third season yet, so I won't, I won't rate it at this point. We'll have to return to this one later. Um, but let's go through some of this stuff. Gintama, never watched it actually because it seems like a lot of effort, a lot of stuff to go through with Gintama. It's confusing to me because there's like so many side stories and side movies and whatever. I don't want to get into it and then be basically confused. Steins Gate, on the other hand, is is confusing in other ways. Uh, I don't want you. I don't want to go into rating all these side stuff and the parallel reality bullshit that they were that they were pulling out of their ass with the other with the other series. Like, well, Steins Gate Zero is probably my favorite. Steins Gate is good. It's just that you know it didn't quite resonate with me, I believe. Well, where's Zero? Okay, I don't fucking care about it. I think it's good. I don't think it's the best show ever, but it's all right. Fruits Basket never watched. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's The Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I'm actually I actually plan to watch it. So I should probably select it right away. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. Okay, what's this? March Comes In Like a Lion. I haven't touched that yet. And probably won't. Code Geass. How could I have forgotten about Code Geass? Let's go. Let's go to the very first thing. The very first season. Did you tactically skip Attack on Titan? We'll get to that. We'll get to Attack on Titan in a minute. Leo PTA, hello. How are you doing? Hope you have fun. Uh, we're doing my first My Anime list because I never had one. Uh, uh, I always was I too was always perplexed when saw like 10 different Gintama shows in top anime. Yeah, that's my point. I just don't want to open this can of worms right now. I'm not. I don't know how hilarious it. I know it's probably one of the best shows. Truly, like it's hilarious. Everyone talks. You should watch it. No, I won't. I'm a big boy. I can make my own decisions. Okay, Code Geass. Um, the first half of it, first 25 episodes, I like the best thing there ever was. It's really good. It's so captivating. It's really something. Like like it's like the first good part of the Death Note. Everything that just works. It sticks together. There's excitement. There's drama. There's mystery, and the second half of it, like the rebelling R2 whatever. Um, I think it kind of dropped the ball a little bit, kind of fell off. But um, since we just since we cannot give uh like we only can give certain scores with no point fives and whatnot. Um, I will say that it's still great just because of the ending. Because there, there's a lot of bullshit started happening at this point. Like, I just got kind of lost, kind of confused in the second half of this whole debacle. Um, and I don't think that I would have taken I would have taken the show in the same direction that it took, but I still find it a great piece of media that everyone who has a little some some respect, some self-respect, should watch God Geass. Uh, Monogatari series, as I said, never watched any of that. Because, well, because it's not licensed in Russia officially, so I have to pirate it somehow, and I can't have a way to do that. Oh, by the way, I haven't picked this one. Oh, I forgot about this one of this part of Demon Slayer. Oh, she. No, we'll just say the great. It's great. It's good. I've watched it. I enjoyed it more than the second half of the season. Two, the entertainment district art is actually goated, and yeah, that's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. No, don't talk to me anymore. Oh, what is it? Attack on Titan. Oh, Spike's family. Oh, I should talk about Spy X Family, not this Attack on Titan. She is okay. Spy X Family, kind of disappointed in this one. I mean, I get it. It's not a spy thriller. It's a romantic comedy, slice of life about all the great things that the family life gives you. So in that regard, I think it's a good show. It's a really well made show about a family who goes through turmoil on many levels, and it is also fun. The dynamics between the characters are really good. Um, I I would like to have more spy stuff. Like, where's the spy stuff? It's called Spy X Family. We have a lot of family and none of the spy stuff. Um, and Anya is adorable. Anya is adorable. It's her her whole school activity is probably the thing that saved the show for me. So I think it's very good. I think it got big promises because despite being comedy slice of life, it doesn't shy away from heavy stuff. Um, I will agree with you on that one. Um, but I don't think it goes all the way there. I think it kind of dropped the ball, at least in the last couple episodes. It became more of the family, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I wish it wasn't that. It was a little more exciting. Oh, Mob Psycho! How could I forget about Mob Psycho? And One Punch Man. Wow, I really forgot about a lot of things. So, Mob Psycho 100, first season, goated, absolutely goated. It's a fucking masterpiece that you should watch if you've never watched it. The part two, I believe, is a little bit weaker, so we'll give it a 9 out of 10. But it's still a great show with with a lot of stuff back then. I just enjoyed the first season a little more, I guess. Um, the second season, it wasn't there wasn't enough mob for me, I guess. It has some really exciting storylines, especially with the kids. Um, but I think that the first season does a great job of establishing everything basically, and the little transformation that subtle character development that Mob goes through in the first season, I think is brilliant. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and it I just remember it more fondly, I guess. Cowboy Bebop. What should we do, boys, with this one? Like it's a cult series. It's of course it's one of the best there is. But uh, I don't know. I don't have any attachment to Cowboy Bebop. I watched it much later. Like some people watch it like when they were a lot younger. Um, but mm, but I watched it kind of late, I guess. And at this point, I've already seen all of the stuff that came out of the stuff that Cowboy Bebop established. Um, so, but I must say that the show aged very well. I do think it's a little overrated. Uh, but I still do believe that it's good. In animation department, especially, it's quite good. The fight scenes in this one are good. Like, pa 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 pa. Okay. I've never watched Taxi, by the way. Should probably watch that one. Add it to my watch list. Yep. La 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 la. 86. 86 is people will probably crucify me for this, but 86 is weird. It's weird, man. It tries so hard to make me feel something, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm just dead inside and will forever be dead inside because of how much isekai I've watched and how much of the same tropes I've seen in other mediums. But I I feel like uh, the first part, at least the first part of 86 uh, is um, is is just overrated. I think it's good. I think it's good. It's good, but it tries so hard to make me feel something, and then I don't feel anything. It uh, for some reason, like the uh, the the girl, what the fuck, from the Empire, Vladilena. She, to me, she's just annoying. Maybe it's just me, but I don't really like her character, and I can't for the life of me empathize with the 86ers or whatever they're called. Um, it's uh, it's a show that just doesn't do it for me. And the second part of the show, it's good, I guess. Maybe we'll say it's good because nah, it doesn't deserve to sit in the same bucket as those other shows. Um, we'll say it's good, but I know it in my heart that for me it's a six. Uh, the second part, especially because well, I don't know. There's just something that isn't there for me. Uh you haven't watched Hajime no Ippo? No, I haven't, and that's my greatest sin because I don't know why I haven't watched it. By the way, maybe because it's it's a little too old. But I will add it to plan to watch because there's this blast of anime that I'm not familiar with, like uh, the 80s, the 90s, and the yeah, that's it. I'm kind of a 2010s kind of guy. I've watched a lot of shows in this time frame because it's the time when I became really interested, and the community was mostly offering me the recommendations for this period of time. So yeah, that's I haven't watched it, but I've heard that it's really good, and it's a shame that I didn't give it a shot yet. 86 had really had really strange pacing. I couldn't get into the flow of the story. Yeah, I agree. 86 is good, but it gets weird and get lost, and I get lost at times. But Lena is a good wife. Sure. Leo, what bothers you so much, my boy? Um, President being MMO veteran had me laughing though. Yeah. What about the late 90s? Ghost in the Shell, Evangelion. Well, yeah. I have watched the Ghost in the Shell. I've watched Trigun. Was it late 90s? I don't know. We'll get to that. Evangelion is yeah. I've watched it, but it's just I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings on Evangelion. What about Sono Bisque? Uh, is it what I think it is? Sono. Oh yeah, fuck. Sono. Oh, this one. My Dress Up Darling. Yes. Well, I do think that it's a good show. I wouldn't say that it's the best rom-com ever because it's not true. It is not true. But I will say that it's a pretty good, pretty good show. Um, it's the dynamics are entertaining, and the noble cause that the main character has to, yeah, it's this type of show that everyone is excited about because of the waifu. But I do believe that MC is the star of the show because he's fucking hilarious. This guy is really interesting to follow. Uh, his he's almost like he's in this weird spot when he's almost generic enough to be who's almost generic enough to be just like a blank slate basically, but at the same time he has enough personality to move the show forward. So in that sense, I really enjoyed not the waifu, not the Marin, but the Gojo because of the stuff that he goes through for the sake of Marin, I guess. Um, yeah. Top tier waifu. Don't think that I'll watch it. Yeah. That's basically it. That's you can say that, put it in a frame, and this will give you enough understanding of the show. How could I have skipped Monster? Monster is I don't think there's any debate on that. It's goated. So yeah, that's all. That's all for the Monster. All right, fine. Let's talk about Attack on Titan. Fucking prequel. Like, get me to the very beginning. Get me to the very beginning of this stuff. Fuck it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Attack on Titan. You hear me? I'm ready. Um, to be honest, its strongest point is that it shows the passion of characters. True. Yes, I can agree with that. But I honestly think it wouldn't have been so popular if it wasn't for the fan service. Yeah, yeah. The pretty girl wins them all. That's the law. Yeah, just there's no way beating that. There's no way beating a very strong, very beautiful and appealing waifu that is also not a bitch and not a tsundere. Because everyone will subscribe to that and everyone will watch that, and everyone will praise the girl, like, oh, this is the girl of my dreams. That's when that's what basically happens with these kind of shows. And then it becomes viral and gets all the attention of the world. But let's talk about Attack on Titan because, oh man, do I have stuff to say about this one? Um. Okay. The first season, I think. Okay. Have you watched Ya Boy Kongmin? Oh, it's this musical thing with the guy. Yeah. It blew me away, and I think it was the dark horse this last season. I haven't seen much from the last season, and I haven't watched Ya Boy Kangming. But uh, now that you say it, yeah, I've been planning to watch it because YouTube stop won't stop recommending me videos about it. So I guess I should give it a shot. But not the point right now. Attack on Titan. First season. This is one of those shows when I watched it when it aired. I was recommending it to everyone I know. And I was saying, guys, this is like the best thing ever. You should watch it. And everyone was like, nah, I'm good. I watched the first episode and it's not so great. I don't care. Uh, and I was like, fine, okay, I'll enjoy myself then. The first season, I think, is it's not the best. It's just good. First season, not the best. Then, then we get to season two, and everyone from my circle starts to recommend it to me back. Like, Danon, have you heard about this little show called Attack on Titan? You know, this is a very good and interesting show. You should definitely watch it. I was like, bitch, I recommended it to you like 2 years ago. What the actual fuck? I was giving you a genuine recommendation to watch it like 2 years ago. And now that it's all the hype and everyone suddenly starts to care about it, now you want to watch it and you have the audacity to go back to me and recommend it to me back. Like, what the actual, why does this keep happening? I don't understand how people work. I just don't understand that at all. Anyways, season 2. I think it's okay, Palmustan, no worries. It was nice seeing you here in the chat. Thank you for coming and watching so far. Don't forget to, check out the channel this Sunday to see the video that will go live. And yeah, have a pleasant and have a pleasant night full of good dreams that you will enjoy. And yeah, bye bye. Okay, back to the show. The second season I feel is better than the first one. It definitely had the things finally started to get interesting. The first one kind of established the whole vibe, the this whole fucking world, and the second was finally capitalizing on that. So that was something to get hyped for, and as I said before, people started recommending it to me like crazy. I said it. Season 3. You know what? Season 3, at least to me, isn't as exciting. But I don't know why. I just felt kind of a little out of it, I guess. But it's on par with season 2, at least for me. I don't know why many people come to me and say that, well, I believe that the third season of Attack on Titan is actually the best of in the series. Apple Mustang, thank you for joining. Take care. I think many people told me that season 3 is like their favorite of the series, but yeah. I don't think so. At least not for me. Part 2 was at the same level for me. It's good. It's very good. Not just hype. Well, right now, I guess when Mappa took over and this fucking thing happened, this arc, it kind of revitalized my own love for the series. Because before that, it was kind of like, okay, season 1 was nice. Season 2 was a little bit better, but still nothing special. Then season 3 comes around, and I'm like, okay, this kind of becomes a slog. But the final season, like, well, oof, man, woof. This one, this one revitalized the series for me. I don't think that it's a masterpiece. I don't think there's any reason to believe that Attack on Titan is a masterpiece. It's a very well done, well made show. It's a very strong story, with a lot of mystery, with a lot of hype and cool fights. Like its lore is also as deep as it can go. And I think that yeah, this is when it became good. I don't think that. I hope that it will wrap up as best as it can, because I've seen those angry manga readers. I've seen them. I've seen them do the stuff that they always do. They complain about the ending and say that the ending is dog shit. And I think that they're right. I think that this is probably something that they have the right to talk about. And I hope that they will change the ending for the anime if it's the same fucking thing. I think in our region, initial hype kind of went above most people's heads, but after second one, everyone knew about it. Yes, that's a great observation. Yeah. I'm the opposite. I didn't like season 1 and season 2 at first, but when the mystery of the Titans was revealed in season 3 and the story tied up everything, then it became special to me. Yeah. Yeah. It's true, but I kind of expected that to happen. So season 3 and season 2 are kind of mushed together in my head. They're kind of this kind of, it's a prolonged fucking exposition dump with a lot of cool stuff happening. Obviously, it's a well-made show with a lot of great moments. But the appeal and the promise of the first season is something that, in my eyes, cannot be undervalued. It really did a great job setting all the pieces and introducing Eren, which is a fucking dope character. I really love his character and his development. So yeah, I'll be watching the conclusion to this story when it finally releases. I don't have much expectations for it, though, because of how criticized was the ending. But I'm hopeful that everything will be all right. Yeah. You gotta give credit to earlier seasons for establishing the setting and the characters. Yeah, my point exactly. Oh, by the way, great teacher Onizuka is also here. Let's add it to completed and give it a score of very good, because it's very good. Ay. Violet Evergarden, also very strong. Also very good show. I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece, but it's definitely great. Above the rest. One Piece. Never watched it. Haikyuu. I almost don't want to rate Haikyuu because it's a sports anime. It's gonna be hype. You know it. It's a sports anime. whatever. Don't care about it. I would like to see some of your picks, some of your top picks. Maybe there's something that I haven't talked about it. Maybe there's something interesting that you want to know my opinion on. And so that will be added to the list. Don't forget to add anime you're watching currently. Yes, I will do just that a little later. I read the manga, but I'm actually okay with the ending. I don't get all the hate it got. I also hate that some fans made their alternate ending. I hate when fans do that. Yeah, that's annoying. I can totally understand that. Classroom of the Elite. Also, you didn't watch Studio Ghibli stuff, or don't watch To Touch It today. Ghibli stuff. It's Ghibli. It's Ghibli. I don't think there's any debate possible around Ghibli stuff. Ghibli stuff is solid. It's always solid. It's always all right. So I don't think that it deserves any kind of extra attention. I don't want to touch it today. You said Kara no. I'm so bad with the original names. Kara no. Aranyo Kyokai? The fuck is that? Okay, this is some bullshit that I have no understanding of. The Garden of Sinners. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I guess I'll plan to watch it because you say it's so good. Do you want to rate my anime list? Well, I can. If you give me the link or something, I don't know how it's shared. Oh, it's made by the same author as the Fate series. They got me again, god damn it. Fucking Fate fans. I can never expect. I can never get away from my anguish. It's. I can never escape. I can never escape the Fate fans. God fucking damn it. But you said it's good. I gotta watch it. It's. God fucking damn it. Fuck. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the the original 3 routes. Or whatever, like the basic beach route, the unlimited blade works, and the movies that were boring arc. I enjoyed this part of Fate, and I enjoyed Fate Zero. Like this shit is good, but okay. So I have this one friend who's like this fucking big Fate fan. Okay, so he's a basically he's a huge Fate fan, like massive, and he always tries to do the same shit. He comes up to me with some with some excuse like, "Oh, dude, just some shit happens. I need your help." And and I'm okay, like, what is it? And he starts like reciting some. He starts to explain some a situation to me, like, oh, I have this problem. This girl, she's like not into me or whatever, like some bullshit story that looks that sounds kind of similar, kind of okay. Um, but okay, hold on. But then, I'm like, I'm doing okay. This is quite an interesting situation. Blah blah blah. I'm trying to figure out what to do. And he's like, "This is do you think this story is somewhat interesting or whatever, like something like that, like what do you mean?" It's like, this is like from this or that Fate spin-off, or this or that Fate game, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I spent like 30 minutes trying to console you for an imaginary situation that you haven't experienced yourself. This is like the most bullshit way to try to get me to watch your fucking favorite series. This is not gonna work. Why are you doing this? And he does this all the time. He tries to convince me that the Fate spin-offs are good and have good storylines, and that this whole fucking thing, this multiverse or whatever, it makes sense. But I don't believe him. I cannot bring myself to believe him. I've seen those Gigak videos trying to explain the Fate franchise, and I'm hella confused. I don't want to touch this stuff. I don't. Uh, the main Fate series is the only good part. Yeah. I also came to that conclusion. Animus Vox sent you a friend request. I accept. Thank you. Okay, Leo PTA. I think that. Hold on a second. Let me. The fuck? For some reason, I cannot see the link that you posted. Leo, try to. Can you just add me on my anime list, kind of like Vox did, and then I can do something. Anyways, yeah. So I kind of grew to resent Fate fans because he also convinced all the other friends that he has, that we have like mutual friends. They were like, "Hey, dude, watch this video," and I opened the link, and it's it's a review of another Fate spin-off game. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Stop doing that. I won't play this game. I won't watch this spin-off. Like, this is annoying. But yeah. Someone said Classroom of the Elite. And yeah, this is a Classroom of the and Anatsushi. Okay. Classroom of the Elite is it the first season? Yeah, it is the first season. I watched the first season. It's quite good. I enjoyed it. Wouldn't say that it's the best thing that ever happened to me, but you know, it's fine. It's good. The second one though, I think it's the most hype so far. I haven't watched past season 2 yet, but I think this one is a notch better than the first season. Haven't. Oh, there's no third season. I thought it was airing this. I thought it was airing right now. The fuck? Are you shitting me? I thought it. Yeah. No. Hold up. I'm confused. Yes. I thought the third season was coming up. Oh, I must have become really confused. I confused like wait, how many series was in the first one? Like 12. Maybe I wait a second. Hold up. Ah, okay. I'm getting confused with the fuck. I'm getting confused with the assassin classroom. Like, yeah. I only watched the first season of this one. Of the classroom of the second season. I haven't started yet. Yeah. I just got it confused for a second. No. This one I'm still watching. Um. What about Vinland Saga? Vinland Saga is okay. Vinland Saga is okay. It's hype. It's hype as fuck. Uh, so it's a very strong story. It's it's the anime that I would probably recommend to someone who've never watched anime before. This is I haven't read the manga, so I can't say about that anything about that. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece though, because it kind of dragged on at times. It wasn't anything critical, but it didn't have the same emotional impact for me as some of other series that I would call a masterpiece. Hold on, okay, no matter. Leopta requested to become my friend. Okay. So right now here we have Leopta. Do I pronounce your name Leopta? Is that correct? Um. Well, looking at your profile, trying to discern what the actual fuck is going on here. Okay, let's start with your anime list. With the score. Okay, One Piece, fair. Okay, it's gonna confirm one of the strongest season ones for me, but I agree, another 10 out of 10 probably around. Oh, JoJo, I haven't rated any of the JoJo. Okay, we'll do that later. Okay, One Piece, fair. ReZero first season. Okay, this is when we start to disagree. Mob Psycho is amazing, not a 10 for me though. Or did I give the first one 8 out of 10? No matter. Kaguya-sama is good. Mushoku Tensei, yes, we do agree on that one. Dude. And everything was going so far. So good. Okay. But we won't shame anyone for having great taste in waifus but bad taste in anime. I'm sorry, dude. I'm just joshing with you. Nisekoi. My dude. Nisekoi is yeah. You know what? What rating did you give it to? 9. You know what? I kinda agree with you on that one. But I won't say it's a 9. I just can't. I'll say it's very good because it is very good. It is very good. But I don't think it's like the best thing ever. But This one is a good one. Akame ga Kill, I dropped it. I dropped it at some point. For some reason, I just couldn't finish it. But I do agree that it's a good show. It's just wasn't something for me, so I'll give it a 6. It's fine. Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works. Probably the best thing that ever came out of Fate franchise. So I'll say it's very good because Fate doesn't deserve better. I grew to resent the franchise over the years. Lord is good. Oh, how could I have forgotten about the Konosuba? This is, dude. This is easily a 9 out of 10. This is one of the first show that made me laugh out loud. So, and we'll rate this season 2 real quick. I think the season 2 is much weaker than this season. Not the season 2, but we'll still give it a very good. Okay. Boku no Hero Academia season 2, a 9. Fair. I can see that. Oh, this one. Promised Neverland. My dude, first season, so fucking good. Second one, though. I couldn't stomach this shit. It's average. I'll say that. As someone who've read the manga before, it's just not worth it. Just not worth it. Kimetsu no Yaiba, okay. Dragon Ball Z, an 8. The same rating as Death Note. Dragon Ball Z. Are you American? By any chance, the Opta? Are you American? Because that makes so much sense if you're American. Just so you know, in Russia, no one gives a shit about Dragon Ball. Like, no, fucking no one. I haven't seen a single person who gives a shit about Dragon Ball Z. But every single one of my American, not friends, acquaintances is like, yes, Dragon Ball, let's go! Finland. You live in Finland, but you're Brazilian. Okay, good combination. Season 2 of Promised Neverland, one of the biggest tragedies for mankind. The manga was good. Don't know why they didn't just follow it. I also don't understand it. I feel like because the manga was reaching its conclusion at right about this time, they decided we should just conclude the anime as well. People will love the idea. Nathan plays Z. Hey, hello, dude. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Did Dragon Ball Z not have a Russian dub in local Russian TV? Nah. It didn't. It wasn't even aired, I guess. All the time slots were just filled with Naruto. And that was Naruto, Pokemon, and Bakugan. And sometimes Death Note, and I guess that was kind of it. I'm Sri Lankan. Welcome to this. Welcome to the stream once again. Leopta, you gotta spend your retirement in Japan. Okay. That would be crazy. Noragami. Oh yeah, Noragami was good, from what I remember. It was all the talk of the town when it released. But I don't find it the most exciting thing ever. So yeah, it gets a 7. Oh, One Punch Man. I should have rated that earlier. Yeah. The first season of One Punch Man is fucking amazing. I got so many of my friends into anime because of this show. You can't fucking believe it. But then a tragedy struck, and the season 2 became just another good show. The action is whatever. I don't care. The story is good. It's still enjoyable, but all these weird reddish, pinkish reflections on Saitama's head, fucking atrocious. Okay, let's talk about JoJo, because JoJo is something that should be talked about. And let's go right into the first arc. JoJo is a weird one. I really like JoJo, but when I try and sell it to anyone, no one believes me that it's a good show. Like, everyone just basically base basically create forms their opinion on the first arc, and which is a bad idea. But you also should skip it because it's an important part of the overall story. So I when I recommend JoJo for other people, I'm in quite in a pickle, because I know that if they start watching the first arc, then they will not enjoy the show. They will probably drop it. But I cannot recommend to anyone to start watching not from the first arc, because it would be stupid, absolutely stupid. But anyways, I believe that even the first arc is absolutely goated. It's not as good as the other ones, but it's still very good. I actually enjoyed the Phantom Blood arc. Um, so yeah, I, I, I I actually wanted the Phantom Blood to be a little more to be extrapolated even further, because um, this whole stand thing is really good. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy the later parts of the series, but kind of wished that they've continued this whole theme of vampires and all these artifacts and whatever. They kind of did, but it wasn't for a long time. Stardust Crusaders, uh, not the best part in my opinion, but I still enjoyed it. Especially not the second part, although it's the Mimi one. That's why we'll give it also a very good score. Um, Diamond the Unbreakable. This is probably the best thing that happened to JoJo ever. I think it's great. JoJo is not a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination, but the emotional roller coaster that it takes you on is hard to undermine. It's a very good show. Um, and the and part 4 is probably my favorite. It's fair to say that it's my favorite. Golden Wind is good because of many other reasons, not because for different reasons, I should have said. Um, but yeah, Season 5, I feel like, isn't as strong as season 4, but to give it any less than a 9 would be a huge fucking mistake. Fat the 9-year-old. Rom Tom, hey. Hello to everyone. Um, yeah, and yeah, hi. Wow, dude. Now I will become a professional My Anime List blogger. Nah, dude. Okay, let's review. Yeah, let's continue with the review of your lists. Okay. Um, I'll react if I have something that I disagree with or that I agree with so hard that I can't stop. I can't help but wonder. Oh, Stone Ocean. Yeah, I haven't rated this one. But I also haven't watched it completely yet, so yeah, it's on hold for me. But I do think that it is. I don't enjoy it as much as season 5 or season 4, but I guess it's okay. Oh, Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy. I won't even touch this one. Bungo Stray Dogs is good, but I won't rate it because I am afraid of my friends who are total assholes about it. Kaminuto, yeah. You have a lot of weird fucking shows. Tonikawa. Okay, I should have rated this one. To Your Eternity. Strong start, but not the best thing ever. Tonikawa. Tonikawa. Wholesome, but not much to it. Good. Tokyo Revengers is read the manga. Read the manga. Don't bother with the anime. It's good. Whatever. It's not the best thing ever, but you gotta do what you gotta do. High School DxD. My man, only 6. What were you talking? What were you thinking about? Definitely not your pee-pee. Because if you were, you would have rated that very good. Trinity 7. Oh, this I think I did. Wait, hold up. Huh. No, I don't think I did. Let's add it to my plan to watch list. I'll look into that. It sounds so familiar, but I don't think I watched it. Overflow is goated. You sure? This thing? Fucking weebs. Dude. How should I comment on this? What should I say? Nothing that I will say matters at this point. Dude. How much did you give it to Overflow? 7. Wow. Oh, yeesh. I guess. You know what? I would have done the same. Just speechless, bro. Yeah. I haven't watched it though, but so I will not judge you for this one. Maybe it's good. Mankitsu happening. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, shall we continue? Okay. Disregard anything that happened right now. Fucking shit. Uh, did you watch all seasons of High School? Oh, fucking yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wait, hold up. It doesn't. This should be the second one, right? Yeah. Um, for what it was, I really like High School DxD. This is my guilty pleasure. This I've started watching it so long ago, and I just couldn't stop. Like even this OVA OVA is fucking average. Okay. Then there's the third season is probably my highlight. But it's still an eight. I watched almost everything of from from DxD, and this one is average, I guess. Yeah. Um. Tokyo Revengers manga was good for me until I noticed how long the author draws the characters' necks. Then I couldn't see it. Oh, dude. Oh. I'm more of a To Love Ru fan. Nah, dude. Nah. Koito Uso. Uh, uh, this one was enjoyable to some extent. I guess it was fine. Nothing special though. Um, what else? Wait, hold up. My boy give JoJo Part 5 a 6. What an actual clown take. And then B stars also a 6. Dude. No wonder mankind is failing. But the God of High School is also 6. That was too high. Yeah. Season. Well, yeah, I can see that. Actually, yeah. Well, I can see that. I won't shame you on that. Season 3 was the best, I would say, for High School DxD. Yes, true. I'd also agree. Yeah, Beastar Season 2 is well rated. Okay. We won't talk about DxD for a second. Okay. Let me. Disregard whatever you saw right now. Disregard. Golden time. Golden time is fine. I have nothing against golden time, but everyone praises it like it's some fucking holy grail. I don't think so, but it's good. Yeah, I am a cultured boy. I am very cultured. One direct priority. Fair. High School DxD hero. Yeah. Um, what should I say about this one? It's all right. It's just more high school DxD. It's whatever. Third season probably the best one. This one kind of fell off, I guess. Uh, yeah. And the Boruto not a one. Oh, yeah. I haven't seen Boruto. I couldn't care less about it. So, yeah. Nah. Neon Genesis Evangelion. I dropped it. Not gonna lie. I was probably too young when I watched it, so I couldn't form an opinion on it. But I should probably rewatch it to be perfectly honest with you. And yeah. Yuri Camp, Banana Fish. Oh, I just remembered about something that I wanted to rate, but I constantly forgot. Yeah, probably one of the greatest pieces of fiction ever created, and I don't receive any complaints on that one. Yeah. This one is not as good though. It's just good, not very good. Yeah. Okay, I need to protest that 5 out of 10. Uh, the only reason I'm not raging so much is because he rated Mushoku at 10 out of 10. What about Classroom of the Elite? How about Beastars, Land of the Illustrious, Parasite of Maxim, Spice and Wolf, Death Parade? Um, I'll probably do manga related stuff later. I will now rate all the stuff that Vox reminded me of. And while you're still here and listening to me talk, I wanted to show you my Boosty page. Because you see, there's so many cool stuff that you can get by simply following it for free or becoming a paid member. There's a lot of content that is not available anywhere else, and you can get all the updates later than anyone else. And also, if you don't want to become a paid member and help me out financially and want to just pay me in your attention, you can just follow the blog for free and get all the free content and free updates that also happen there frequently. Like I will release probably in a few days all this stuff related to the current season in a short whatchamacallit, like in a short piece for you to digest it. So yeah, if you're interested, follow or become a member. And now we'll try to conclude the stream by rating all the stuff that Vox presents, like Beastars at first. Let's talk about Beastars. This shouldn't take us too much longer. So yeah. Beastars, I believe, is a little bit overrated. It's not very good. I think it's just good enough. But the second season, I really enjoyed this one. I think it's a head above the first one. Yeah. There's nothing more to add. The Land of the Lustrous is something that I haven't finished. Hold on a second. Land of the Lustrous is something that I haven't finished yet. But I do believe that it's a very, very strong and eye-catching show. Well, not completed. It's watching. I haven't completed it yet. But yeah, I do believe that it's at least somewhere between an 8 or 9. It depends on how it concludes. I just need to see a little more of that. Yeah. Parasite, the maxim. Do you talk about Parasite, like the Parasite that I'm talking about? Like this Parasite, right? No, stop. Well, no, it's not. Hold on. Because in Russian it was just Parasite. Max. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, I've watched this one a long time ago. I remember that the first half was really enjoyable, like really really enjoyable. But I do not think that it delivered on the promise of this mystery in full. So I don't think it's very good, but I don't. Some people praise it like it's masterpiece, but I don't think it's all that. I think it's just a good show that delivered a pretty clever mystery. Spice and Wolf. Spice and Wolf is probably one of the best shows there ever were. My English is failing me. I do believe it's a masterpiece. I've read the light novels and it's fucking amazing. Although I don't like the second arc, the second season. The second season. Like this movie that they did, as much as the first season, like proper season. While this one, like it was a recap movie or whatever, I don't really remember. And the same goes for this one. For the second season, like in general. But I've watched it a long time ago, so I might be missing something about the movie. I don't remember it that well. What about Overlord 4? I'm really hyped for Overlord 4. I think it has all the potential to become the best season of the series. Death Parade. Oh, how could I have forgotten about Death Parade? Death Parade. Hold on. Death Parade. It left an impression on me. Not gonna lie. The aesthetics are really nice, and the story is chef's kiss. So yeah, I'll just leave it at 9. Death Billiards, never touched this one though, so I have nothing to say about the spin-off. Overlord 4, yes, it is already live, but it's not finished, so I don't have anything to say. I shouldn't say anything about it. Yeah, anything is a banger. Yeah, true. Overlord 4 is Bunny Girl Senpai. I haven't watched Bunny Girl Senpai. It just, I don't know what everyone recommended it to me, but I just wasn't interested, I guess, at the time. So yeah, I guess that's like almost all there is to. All I have to say about. Oh, my watching list. You haven't seen it. Oh, I haven't added the animes that I watch right now. So, yeah. I will do that later at my own leisure, I guess. So, yeah. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 7 hours earlier that was expected, huh? Yeah. uh, okay. Before we completely end the stream, I just wanted to say a few things. So next week, we'll probably won't have a stream, because I'll be a little busy with finishing the Mushoku Tensei Deep Dive Part 2. This is what I'll be doing. Um, so probably won't have enough time to do a stream. But let me open my calendar real quick. And the first week of August, we also probably won't do a stream. But um, August 14th, to August 15th, I'll probably do a 12-hour or something like that stream, like close to that hour mark, because I'll be having a special birthday stream for you. I will turn 24, and I have almost no one to celebrate with. So I guess you will be my friends for the day of my birthday. Yeah, expect a lot of interactivity, a lot of games that will play together and discuss all sorts of cool stuff, anime and video games and whatever. So I'll probably be planning all the stuff related to that for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, August 14th to August 15th, probably 12 hours. Not sure yet, but probably we'll do that. August 15th is my birthday, but I know it's hard for people to participate in that sort of stuff on a weekday, so we'll be starting at August 14th. Yeah. So once again, I would like to play something together about moving to another city. Yeah, that's a shame. But hey, still a part of the discussion. Uh, okay, guys. It was really fun doing this, completing my anime list. Not completing. There's still many things that I probably would add, but my memory kind of fails me at this point. So we'll probably do something similar with manga, and I guess there's only manga lists at this point. So yeah, be sure to watch the video on Sunday about SAO and Overgeared, I guess. And I hope to see you on later streams and in the comments for later videos. So once again, I really appreciate all your support and being here on stream with me today. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, you guys make my existence a little more bearable, I guess. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. It was Danon. Take care, and have a good night.